Something I've noticed with the absurd number of people being harassed on the internet is that people don't know what the difference between backlash and harassment is. These are not the same thing. For reference, backlash is defined as a strong and adverse reaction by a large number of people, especially to a social or political development. Harassment is defined as repeated and persistent behaviors towards an individual to torment, undermine, frustrate, or provoke a reaction from that person. It is a behavior that, with persistence, pressures, frightens, intimidates, or incapacitates another person. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but kept putting it on the back burner for other things. However, with so much consistent crying and whining, of people that poke at others and talk smack or take swings at other people, then turn around and play victim.
More than happy to debate Kren about whatever is bothering him about me. On my channel, anytime. Kren's online stalking and reporting to step on me has been included in my police report. Kren has kept me blocked. He could have had any questions answered. I even private messaged him since we were contacts on Facebook. He ran away like a little turdling and blocked me.
Oh. When the person or the people that they're talking about turn around and take a swing back. To me, it's annoying. This is the internet. For fuck's sakes, you choose to be here. You choose to post what you do. You choose to put these things out there for people to look at, analyze, and respond to. Now, in all fairness, some responses are more reasonable than others. Some are of higher quality than others. But you throwing rocks and then other people taking issue with something you've done and expressing that is not harassment.
I was gonna say, if just a message to somebody out there that if you live in a glass house, you should not be throwing stones.
Yeah.
As much as it might feel overwhelming, when a lot of people tell you exactly and in express detail how much they don't like something you've done, that is not harassment. And you have options for what you can do to address it, depending on how you feel about the situation. But you also need to understand that no matter what direction you choose, you cannot please everyone. So at the end of the day, some people aren't going to like what you've done or doing or how you've decided to respond to the criticism. And they're within fair play to express that. Brushing off that criticism as harassment and trying to undermine people being reasonable and fair in their expression is just pathetic. In almost every situation I've seen so far where this is the case, if the person crying harassment applied their complaint across the board to include their own behaviors, they would be more guilty than the people they are complaining about. Backlash is basically a lot of people expressing their unhappiness towards something you've done. That's a helpful thing. You want people to reach out to you, and for people to feel like they can reach out to you or say something to you about something they may or may not agree with. It doesn't have to be negative, though many of the messages or just the sheer volume of messages may seem that way. Now, backlash can turn into harassment if or when some people decide that they don't like your answer to their criticism and they start hounding you to do what they want you to do. No, people responding to your answer with a go fuck yourself is not harassment. Them trying to torment you and persistently engage with you in a way that's in an effort to change yourself or your behavior is the point of going too far. Let's look at some examples. Katie Joy has a lot, and I mean a lot of haters, and they are well earned in my humble opinion. She also is someone who cries harassment every time someone says something she doesn't like or goes against whatever stupid narrative she's on about now.
You thought you could fuck with me? I don't think so.
Like Steve.
Fuck any of you for doubting my story because you believed my abuser's narrative. Fuck any of you that says I can't fucking say he sexually harassed me. He did.
And I did not falsely accuse Steve of sexual harassment. Just shh, you guys, it didn't.
When you are working, you should not have to worry about being sexually harassed. I am not apologizing for saying you made a statement that made me uncomfortable.
He told me in September of 2019, if you do not apologize to me and publicly retract that I sexually harassed you, which is never really like, I don't even think I actually said sexually harassed.
People wonder why I said he sexually harassed me.
Who is, interestingly enough, another fantastic example of harassment versus backlash. There are a lot of people who hate Steve too. Good. There's nothing wrong with that. Be critical of Katie. Be critical of Steve. That's fantastic. Yes, do that. Be critical of me too. I'm just some random goblin. What the fuck do I know? I'm sure there are some people that harass Katie, but people who cover her, like Aaron from EKC People Suck, or myself, or Golden Unicorn, or Truth Sleuth, don't reach out to Katie. We don't talk to Katie. Steve doesn't talk to Katie. None of us are trying to intimidate her or force a reaction from her. We aren't stalking her, making sock accounts, or showing up in her side chats, or telling her what to do. We are critiquing and talking about things she willingly chooses to put out on the internet. We talk about and inform people about what her answer was to a question or a complaint or some backlash that she's gotten from people. We aren't pursuing her to make her change her answer at all. Steve, on the other hand, gets backlash. Sometimes he changes his opinion and sometimes he doesn't. One of the best examples of this was when he decided to question what Katie had claimed about her child's medical condition, as, to him, some of the claims seemed to be contradictory and she was using terminology he wasn't quite sure fit. He took the criticism on board if he agreed, or if he disagreed with it, he didn't. He didn't cry about being harassed over it. He addressed it and moved on. Some people, Dr. Misha Griffith, for example, still wasn't happy with what his reaction was or his response was and took her backlash and criticism in the direction of harassment. She now regularly enjoys sitting in side chats and encouraging people who make alt accounts to stalk Steve around the internet. Oh, hey, look. Huh. Alright. And threaten people who work with Steve and make bullshit accusations that have been debunked over and over and over and over and over and over and over. In this case, Steve is being harassed. People are pursuing him and trying to shut him up or down via intimidation, frustration, or provoking him into saying something that they can use against him later. It is a 24/7 relentless attempt to undermine him. For more information, check out this video. And if that video isn't enough evidence for you, well, here you go.
Am I dead yet?
Anyway, I hope this is cleared up. Harassment just gets thrown around by people that are getting rightfully called out on trash behavior as a way to discredit the reasonable criticism that they're getting. Welcome to the internet. No one has to be nice to you, and criticism doesn't have to be constructive. But perhaps that's for another video. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Why, oh why, did I ever speak to Ben Potts?